Good Friday morning. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the first Friday of October. God is so worthy to be praised. I hope you had a wonderful night's rest. Because this is October 4th, we touched on Psalms 34 and also Psalms 4, being the fourth day of the month, and on, adding 30. And talking about rest, because I was dog tired. My mom used to say that term, and that is an old English term. There was a father who would send his sons out to hunt dogs, and whoever got the most would be able to sit at the table next to him after hunting dogs. So that's where we get the term dog tired. So that means that we put forth our everything into what the Lord has given us that day. So were you dog tired? Well, I hope you got great rest. And in Psalms 4:8, it says, I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. I hope you had a good night rest. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. So we can have that type of restoration for the rest of the day, rejuvenation, and especially going into the weekend. Now, Psalms 34, because we added 30 to it. This is related to 2Kings 11. Are you a Titi? If you're a female. Huh? Yeah, like Titi, my students would say that. Titi Julie and Titi, Joyce, and most of my TTs are in glory, but maybe you are an auntie or an uncle. Well, this story in 2 Kings talks about an auntie who preserved her brother's son, nephew. The grandmother, it's a long story. She went on a rage. It says in verse 1, and when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the royal seed. So she didn't want anyone else in the family to become the king. But Jehosheba, the daughter of King Joram, sister of Ahaziah, so it's probably the mother's stepdaughter, she took Joash, her nephew, remember, her brother's son, and hid him, stole him from among the king's sons which were slain. And they hid him, even him and his nurse, in the bedchamber from Athaliah, so that he was not slain. So it was an anonymous nurse and an auntie who saved this young man's life. He was a baby at the time. So what am I saying is, you're going to be hanging out with family this weekend. You're going to have a good time. How are you preserving the seed that's coming after you? You play a very important role. If you're a grandparent, if you're an auntie or uncle, if you're a cousin, you need to preserve the next generation, right? You're going to help them protect their eyes, protect their ears. No, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't touch that, right? In Psalms 34, 7-11, this is so important. The angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. Now that's the promise of God, that when we fear, when we respect the Lord, there will be angels all around us, circumference, diameter, protection. And it says, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. We're teaching our children how to trust in the Lord. And in verse 9, oh, fear the Lord, oh, respect the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. All their needs would be supplied. This is the abundant life that we have to show them and model to them and teach them, instruct them, right? The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. You're not going to have any idols in your life. You're not going to have any addictions in your life because you're seeking the Lord first and foremost. And most important, verse 11, come ye children, come ye nieces, come ye nephews, come ye Sunday school students, come ye neighbors. Hearken unto me, listen to me, and I will teach you the fear of the Lord. So if you're in front of students, you're inadvertently teaching them how to respect authority, and directly teaching them how to respect and fear the Lord. Amen. Because there are so many advantages and benefits. So let's be like Titi Jehoshaba and that anonymous nurse. Because guess what? The last verse of chapter 11 says that Joash became king in first grade, right? So it says he was 7 years old when Jehoash, the nephew, became king. So they have great futures, but we as adults have to preserve them, right? Preserve their futures by teaching them the awe-inspiring ways of the Lord so that they can taste and see that the Lord is good. Have a wonderful Friday in the Lord and stay faithful and enjoy his blessings.